I always wait a second before this starts because whenever I play this back, I told you before there's this glitch. Well, guess who my guest is today? Ta-da!
Happy Mother's Day!
I hope you can hear her. We're going to be perambulating about. I'm not going to go into detail where. We're just out and about on this
Nature.
beauteous day, on this nature. Got to get a little closer. Any special thoughts for our friends today, honey?
I hope everybody's enjoying the day and they're taking a few minutes away from their everyday type of being and doing a few things that are a little different today, even if it's 10 or 15 minutes.
I'm wondering if I should take the headphones off, let you speak. I don't really know.
No, go ahead.
I don't know this. Oh, look at that. That is so cute. I don't want to take pictures of babies. So how is the day so far, my darling?
The day's perfect. The weather is gorgeous. So many people out and about, happy with the great weather.
I'm going to take this out. Let me ask you if you think this is better.
We did our best.
Does this sound better? Give me a 5x5. What sounds better? Because I think we can pick up Mrs. L better. Does that make sense? Just gotta go like that.
How are you gonna walk like that?
I'm gonna walk right in with my arm out.
That's a little.
It looks stupid.
That's a little stressful.
Well, not really.
Really? Okay.
Not really.
I can hold it too.
Anyway, what's everybody doing? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Any
Mothers, grandmothers. There's all kinds of mothers, you know. Mothers
Sure.
to friends, mothers to neighbors.
Carbonara, something.
Families are all different dynamics, but it is Mother's Day.
Yes. In fact, we're going to sit down on this little bench up here first. What do you say? Do a little bit of bench?
This bench or one down the road, whatever you want. You want to sit here?
Yeah, just for a moment.
Okay.
We'll send some love. You're part of this. You haven't been on one of my walks.
No. Well, I was.
Yes, you
Times
were.
Square,
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Yes, you
taking our
were.
life into our hands that night.
What is this? Oh, they're gonna. Here, have a seat. I think they're dedicating a bench.
Let's see. Let's
You know you've made it. You know you've made it when you
make
when
it
you
to a bench.
when you devote yourself to a bench. Anyway, can you believe how beautiful this is?
Weather's gorgeous. There's a breeze.
Speaking of gorgeous, look at you.
Look at the
Hot stuff.
sexy superstar husband of mine. Listen, the breeze. Hear the leaves rustling.
Oh,
And I love that. You smell the grass. a little
it's
bit.
beauteous.
There's like a quiet. Although there's a lot of people in here. It's quiet. You're that quiet. I love it in the park.
I love Mrs. L's hair. Beautiful as always.
My hair's up.
It's up.
Updo. It's an upsweep.
We had a hell of a day so far. We went by Costco.
Crowded.
That is just because you always hyperventilating there. That's a little much for you.
It's a little much. We had to get the provisions for the week. Since we're on the,
Certain things you have to get. We have to get that. Then we went.
Yeah.
Then we went to a place called Stu Leonard's. I got my Florida corn, which I love in the husk. Oh my God, I love that. There's nothing. And when the Jersey corn season comes through, oh, you're gorgeous. Well, thank you, Christine. I appreciate that.
This doggy go by. We went to Michael's, so I could get some frames.
We went to the Michael's art store, and invariably we have this app that we can't access. This doesn't access, so they have this poor guy with pink hair who is helping out everybody.
Every customer he was helping.
Everybody
because nothing
in
works.
this self-service.
Here's what they make it impossible when you're trying to access a coupon, so you just walk away, so you won't access it. I know what
I
they
know,
do.
I know.
I know what they do. They suggest you put your phone number in, you get your coupons and your rewards. They don't do that.
But he ended up saying, "Ah, what the hell? Here's
What the hell? Let me put it
a
in.
couple of bucks off her." So anyway, it is gorgeous day. Here's a man. He's talking to himself.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's not very far.
I guess we're doing this. I guess this is
We're
maybe.
doing the same thing.
Well, we're kind of doing the same
can't
thing,
knock
but
it.
we're live streaming. This guy, nobody puts. Maybe it's better not to put the phone up to your head.
I think it's better because
Yeah, probably
I
better.
think putting all these things in our ears, I think it's done something to everybody's brains. I know, I really do.
This is so stupid. I've got this. I've got
Why
this.
do you have that in your
I have no
ears?
idea, because I'm crazy.
I think people can hear us. Can they hear us?
Can you hear me? Okay. Be honest. Give me a 5x5. Are we coming through?
How many people are on there? I can't see.
117.
Interesting.
31 likes. You gotta like
That's
those
it?
things. Loud and clear.
If
Look at this.
117 are on there, we need 117 likes.
By the by,
There's another one.
I did. The other guy talking to himself. I don't want to show you their pictures. I think I don't,
No,
I
we
don't
don't
want
do
to
that.
betray their privacy.
No, we do not do that.
There is I did a great interview with Eric Thaddeus Walters. Oh my God! Wait till you hear
I'm still
this.
absorbing some of the information.
Oh.
It's
Well, this Leo the 14th may actually be a legit pope. He may actually be correcting the anti-pope, who was no good, and that's Francis. That's another story.
that's another program.
Another story, another program. Look at Lewis Block, ladies and gentlemen, joins us. Who else is there?
Look how great that is. Don't put the camera on them. The two
No.
girls playing volleyball.
Two little girls. That's soccer.
They're doing volleyball.
Look at one girl's trying to do a handstand. I couldn't do it. I never did a handstand. You were very, from what I understand.
Yes, I was into the gymnastics.
me.
The cheerleading. Very athletic. Very
Not me
competitive.
in the least. I knew no.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's a soccer ball.
Yeah. Well, but they're doing a
They
combination.
are
of
doing
such.
volleyball. That's good. They're running around in the grass,
I like to see people.
making noise.
I like to
getting
see
physical
yeah.
activity.
There was a woman. Ooh,
Stop.
I'm thinking.
Stop it.
I'm thinking very. Not a little house, like a cult, like a Nexium.
What the?
Doesn't it look like it's a
Yes,
cult? Yeah.
yes, but just let it go.
There's a place called Stu Leonard's, S-T-E-W, Stu as in Stuart Leonard's. And there was a woman, you know, all these, I got my Florida corn, you were doing the Michaels thing. So I went to get my Florida corn, and all of a sudden, they said, 4 or 5. So I walked over, and there was this woman, she looked like she was well into her 70s, waving her arms, up in here. I said, you don't have to scream. She says, I don't scream. I said, I think that was scream. So we got into this debate. And normally they're so nice as students. This woman was going to like take me to
Shocked, I'm very-
task.
I'm
Yeah.
taking my time picking frames out.
I
They're
said,
just so
you're
nice and-
flailing your arms around and screaming
Oh,
just so
my
let me.
goodness.
And she says,
Confrontation. It's too Leonard.
and I told her, I said, listen, I'd love to debate this with you, but we got to go. Let's
I'm sure
go.
you won the debate
No,
as you walked off.
well, I'm a master.
It shouldn't have to be like that. You know, it takes such little effort just to be nice. Think about it.
There was a woman at the CVS. Remember the one?
I haven't seen her lately.
She looked like her name was like Midge or something. She looked always mad.
Well, I think her name was Rose, actually.
Look at this. This will be me in 5 years from now. Look at this.
Just,
Get stiff. Try not to slow down.
no, it's good people.
She's talking about stiff. Do me a favor. If you're in pain, don't complain. Nobody wants to hear it. There's no reason. Nobody wants to hear you're in pain. Nobody. Nobody.
Well, I think she's talking to her. Looks like her daughter.
I hope so. But if you're in,
No, her daughter's bringing. That's very nice. Her daughter's bringing her for a walk.
yeah, I understand that. But
And
if
she
you're
said
in,
she's stiff and the daughter's making her walk. That's not.
but if you're in pain, don't tell anybody. Nobody
She's telling the
cares.
daughter, she doesn't know we heard.
Why are you telling the daughter for?
Because the daughter's
Who
her daughter.
cares?
That's what
Tell me
mothers and
more,
daughters
Ma,
do.
about how stiff you are. Tell me about your aches
Listen,
and pains.
look how beautiful. Those kids running in the field over there.
Oh, I love to see kids.
Isn't
play.
that?
You know what I love to do too is we saw that place. Where is it? Around, it's in West Orange, the 9/11 joint. Black families have
Family reunions.
family reunions, and they all have the T-shirts. You know, the Jefferson family or Thompson, whatever, and they're all having fun.
We should go there.
But we're not. Can you imagine walk up and say, Uncle
No,
Dave?
I mean,
I was
we-
like,
we
who
can-
are you?
We can be there. And
Anyway, but that's a beautiful thing. Also, there was a place, we haven't seen this in a while, in Clifton, New Jersey.
busy bees.
Let me tell you, in Clifton, where they had, they're playing cricket, the Indians. Can you hear the bells? The peal of a bell and the Christmas tree smell and the
What
eye
was
full of
that?
tinsel of fire.
Three
I
bells.
believe in Father. What was it, 3 bells? It's not even, it's 3:30. Don't you love to sit back and wonder what people's stories are? Like, what's their story? What are they all about?
Well, I'm glad to see people out. I'm glad to hear the birds. I see a lot of dogs. The kids are running around playing. All different ages of kids here. A little bit older, little ones.
Breaking news, China and U.S. make a trade deal. Of course we knew the whole
Well, we
time.
knew that was coming.
Let me tell you what Trump does. Trump goes in there and he says these stupid-ass things, and then he says, I love it. The Gulf of America. I'm going to make Canada the 51st state. did you see how he's distancing himself from Netanyahu and this? He wants to recognize a Palestinian state. What the hell's going on here? I just say don't even bother. He says these things, and then later on he starts off really hard. You know what I mean? Really tough, and then all of a sudden he changes his mind. Look at this.
I'll just check it out on Tuesday. I'll be in DC.
Yes, the art of the. Ooh. Wait till Mrs. L tells you after the fact where she's going. That's all I'm going to tell you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Always that beautiful.
Oh yeah,
And,
this is
and
a good
even
one.
then, perhaps not.
Well, this is going to
One
be.
uses discretion.
We
Enjoying
are.
the moment,
We are.
the
There's
nature.
so much stuff, and you've got to do that because of the muck and the mire and the horror that you have to live
Well,
through.
I don't see anybody pulling their pants down going to the bathroom in front of me here.
Well, the day's young. You know how I get. Sometimes I get incontinent. And I
Because,
got. I got to fire
seriously,
away. Fire when ready.
When you see that in New York, sometimes it's just so disgusting.
I think so.
I mean, it's just.
Have you seen the TED Talk on open defecation in India?
I don't want to talk about
It's
that.
a wonderful.
Mother's Day.
It's a
Let's not talk about that.
great. We're gonna watch it later. It's
Okay,
fantastic.
well, you can. I don't have to see it. I know what it is.
Be on the look, CL. There you go.
This breeze is beautiful. Isn't this serene?
Yep. Can you hear the clip clap?
Better for her to come when she comes.
Don't run. Seriously.
Why don't
Don't.
they just fast walk?
Exactly.
What is that?
Reno, Nevada. Happy Mother's Day. India and
you.
Pakistan say each other or are fighting each other again.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Mothers are the backbone of the family. If we had women running the world, I'm convinced
There'd be no
we'd be in a better place.
There'd be no wars,
Really?
but there'd be a lot of people giving each other dirty looks.
But there'd be a lot of mean girls, maybe. Because I
Oh.
think at my age, I would have to run into the mean girls.
Oh, wouldn't
I
you
thought
love
I thought I left them behind in 5th, 6th, and 7th grade. I didn't know.
How about women who have this missed adolescence, who want to just go out with their just talk about how hot they are?
They think they're living in like Sex in the City. I'm
Yeah.
convinced they think they're woo-hoo.
How's that again? How's that?
Woo-hoo
Yeah.
girls.
Or they say,
They look hideous,
or they do this.
50, 60, 70
Love,
years
love.
old. Like
Oh,
they look
look at
hideous.
something about they're like a little hippie couple wearing sandals.
So many people
I
are
will
wearing-
never wear sandals.
So many people.
Never.
So many people are wearing sandals. I noticed it. in the city.
Birkenstocks.
Yes.
What's the point? Why do you want to walk
sure
out with
they're
your
very-
feet getting
I
dirty?
think they're very comfortable, probably. Those
I don't think
Birkenstocks, but
so.
you couldn't pay me to wear all that stuff.
Give me a set of pair of Allbirds.
Look what's on my feet now.
That's good.
You know.
There you go. Just bigger than ever. There's a thing. I like that. That's good.
That's
Parenting.
like a family. I like that.
I like the old hippie look. You know, that reminds me of like the ones who go to like the Strand. They have the
Strand
old
is still open.
the old guy with the ponytail, and the Strand bag, and the tie-dye shirt.
You know, we brought it up the other day. Remember Colony Records? On
Yes,
49th and
next to
Broadway?
the Brill Building where I took you.
And I used to go in there, and they would have those old hippies who
It's a
would-
long story.
that joke was not even a joke anymore. From 1939. They would tell you everything. You go in to look for a particular song. And they give you the history.
Yeah.
It was fascinating. It was like just walking into a museum.
I liked
That hurt
old.
me when that closed.
I liked old head shops. We would have when I was a teenager. They would have some Vietnam vet, some dude who ran it. Smelled of incense. They showed
That's
you.
right.
They had the metal frames. We could buy the posters. Phi Zappa Crappa. Remember that was one. And all these. It was just. I could just spend hours looking through the albums.
Did you
So
buy
I don't know if
anything?
they're standing there with us,
Listen to
but
this.
there was when the kids were doing the lemonade stand, there was like a family.
That's a professional man.
You know what? Just it's Mother's Day. They're out talking about motherly things.
She's a professional mom.
She's
though.
talking about the kids' lemonade
Kids'
stand.
lemonade
It's
stand.
very nice to hear these things in 2025.
It is nice. It's good.
Okay, I love hearing about a lemonade stand. You kidding?
But the one we saw one not too far from here. That one time there was a kid at lemon said, "Kid cleaned house." We just gave them the money.
We just gave them money. We didn't want the sugar.
I'm not really sure, because you always think fentanyl. It's laced.
Well, you know what? Again, I would not take anything from the lemonade stand.
Yeah.
That was a few years ago.
Oh, she takes nothing from anyone.
Nope. Not with what we know.
Mhm.
Everything is contaminated. Pretty
Yes.
much. Be very careful. That's why I like cooking at home a lot.
Yes,
We eat at
yes,
home,
yes.
make our own food. We know what goes into it. We know what ingredients we use.
Remember the head shops where they had, or the places where you could store your stash? They had these. They would all, well, places. They also had, they were designed to to store your jewelry. And there'd be like a WD-40 or, the best is Cheetos. I remember those Cheetos cans, like tennis ball cans with Cheetos or
No, Pringles.
Pringles. Yeah, but
The
Cheetos had
Pringles.
to put it in there.
Really? I never ate that stuff. I had Pringles once.
Always store your
Really?
jewelry stuff in the kitchen.
That's what you did?
Nobody, well, jewelry.
I
Yeah,
don't know
well,
about that
jewelry.
stuff. I don't know about that stuff.
Remember a dishwasher? Remember the dishwasher inside? They had that little they had that wooden device that had the corrugated, rivulated, whatever that brush was, or that coarse coating, where you would put the drops, you would clean, anyway, inside there.
Yeah, family's having a picnic.
Rumor has it, from what I read, Jesus Christ Superstar was the best album because it was very coarse to sift seeds and stuff. Now, I didn't. What I read. Look at that. They got a picnic. Look at that. The mother's
They're
got the.
cleaning up. How
Oh, they're
cute is
leaving.
that? Well, they just had the picnic with the kids. They're cleaning up.
My dishwasher looked like a Corvette. It was a little car. Oh.
Don't you remember the old dishwashers when we were kids?
Oh yeah.
Oh my, those
You would
things were-
hook it up to the
the sink.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going back, 60s, and then they were heavy. We had one you had to reach down. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Reach down. What do you mean
The
reach
door
down?
didn't open to the front.
Oh.
It was a top one. The
Oh,
door was
yes,
on,
yes,
And you had
yes.
to reach into
It was a
it.
top loader. Yes, yes.
Oh, it was awful. I was always reaching in there all the time. I used to
And
like to empty the dishwasher.
she cleans the dishes better than it. I'm not gonna say it. Me in 5 years.
We can't sit up straight. I don't want our backs to look like that.
He has kyphosis versus lordosis. Look it up. Look at the
No,
difference.
I wash dishes. No, you clean them off before you put them in the dishwasher.
They're better.
I don't want all the food.
And
stuff in the
this is
dishwasher.
what we say all the time. Is this clean? Is this? I can't tell. You go, no, they're dirty. I'm saying, this is dirty.
I will not put food.
I'm looking it up. It's like, my
I
God,
will
this is
not- I will
clean.
not put stuff all over in the dishwasher.
And we got our little pods.
Yeah.
Remember the old days that stuff that
Powder.
powder? Yeah, we'd scoop it out. They had that
That's
little.
right.
And now we've got the pods. Justin Vegas is very sweet to see. I don't know what that means. What's sweet?
I think we're sweet.
We're sweet.
We're
Sweet
We're sweet.
and innocent. Who was that?
I don't know about
that
the
was
innocent part.
no,
The
that was
sweet's okay.
Donny Osmond. Something.
Donny Osmond. He could rock. Did you ever hear Donny rock?
Donny Osmond's great.
Donny can rock.
How about Tony DeFranco? Say the Land Stands for Me. Written by Doc Pomus. Look at this. Amazon working constant. Coming home.
Listening to 80s music. You hear that music?
Coming home
What?
this morning about 5
5:20.
o'clock. Amazon trucks, delivery. People are getting food and delivery. It never.
They're working. And
They did improve the hand washing dish formula, but I use a dishwasher. There you go with that.
no, they did. There's so much dishwashing now. There's so much of everything. So many shampoos, so many deodorants. You know, there's so many toothpaste. There's so much of everything.
You guys should get a bicycle built for two. Then you would really look sweet, and then you could go pro and GoPro. Yeah, look at that. That's a cult.
Yeah,
That's a cult.
she's just getting.
Don't you think she's got
No,
like
she's getting-
satanic or something?
She's just getting some exercise in her smoke.
You know what we saw too? We were in a part of driving around. It's a very it's a Jewish group, and they have the wig, the Orthodox Jew, the Jewish wig.
neighborhood.
Jewish neighborhood, yeah, but they have
Jewish
the, you know, but I mean the Jewish wig, and they, which is fine. And they even had a daughter who was like, they were like priming. You know, we saw it today too. Listen to this, so cute, little ducks,
I was a nervous wreck.
little ducks crossing a railroad.
I was with their mother and their father. I was a nervous wreck. That's what
How do you
they
know it
did.
was her father? You know,
There was one big one in the front, one big one in the back, and the little ones were wobbling by. Those are the
and you
ones.
never see baby pigeons. Somebody brought that up.
I've never seen a baby all my years. Never have seen. Maybe they stay until they're bigger in the nest. I have to look up what pigeons do. He's so cute.
Oh.
Cute baby.
Look at that, honey. Crocs. Crocs are it's
You
the
know what
end
that
of
reminds me
civilization.
of? Who was that chef?
Batali.
He
Mario
got
Batali.
his.
They got rid of him.
He really got his.
Oh, remember
Big time.
Spotted Pig? He was rocking.
It's a family show. I can't mention.
Oh, terrible. Italy on,
There's a bunch
right,
of them.
there's a slew of them.
There's one opening in Rockefeller Center. Do you know that? That'll do great as a
Yep.
tourist. There's one in down Madison Square Park,
Yep,
23rd
that was
Street.
the original one, yep.
There's one in the Short Hills Mall that opened recently that's doing loads of business.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
That motherfucker crazy.
No, we're gonna have to check out the Italy. Although I don't like to go where everybody else goes.
We drove by
Some scooters and bikes.
we drove by our place TikTok on Route 3
resisting.
where the Stones went.
I love our guy. Oh my God.
Lori Buckhuck says, "Happy Mother's Day, Mrs. L. Thank you for helping kids." Oh,
Thank you very much. Thank
Lord.
you. And happy Mother's Day to all the ladies out there. I can't say it enough. They're all our children. I'm beginning to think that we have to look out for all. We have to all be mothers.
well, it was interesting. This morning I went to do a hormonal change, how women change, and what oxytocin does after childbirth. It not only there's a sense of warmth, but there's this weird kind of a commitment, this rabid ferocity that women have towards their children. You've seen this. Girls who 50, 60, ew, that's gross. I think they're just self-centered, and they have a kid, and all of a sudden,
What gives them purpose?
yes,
Their
but
baby.
the one who say, ew, it's now picking up poopy diapers and
I know, but
weighing
when
it.
it's your child, it's
Yes.
different, and
But how quick that is. You've seen this happen before.
so that's the way it should be.
That's why you got we know a bunch of people. A lot of people who've never married, have no kids, no nothing, and they show this
You know,
selfishness.
I think, and they get really selfish, I think, when they turn about 50. I've noticed.
They lose their mind.
They get really like,
Because they don't realize it's over.
no, don't talk like it's never over. I believe there's somebody out there for everybody.
Well, yeah. That's what they said about Manson.
But they get very, I'm just speaking of the ones I know. They get very like, selfish.
Oh,
Like, if you're in a restaurant, for instance, and a child starts getting fussy or cries, I have a lot of patience for that. I feel like the poor mother, the
I
poor
know.
father, it's a child. They're supposed to maybe cry or get fussy. Really.
I know.
Even when I'm in an airplane, it doesn't bother me. They're children.
what's it supposed to
They're
do?
children. And these people get so bent out of shape. It's disgusting. And so,
We went one time, remember the one, a friend of ours who's no longer with us. They had, they brought in strollers or prams or whatever it was. And she was bent out of shape and said, "What do you want?"
no.
I think you should always
We
limit.
need all the children we can get. I mean, we have to protect them, but
You should limit yourself to getting pissed off about things that really matter, not
I
stuff
want to be
that.
family friendly too. I mean, we're not talking about a romantic restaurant. You know what I mean? That you go
No,
for 8
no,
o'clock
right,
dinner.
right.
Just let parents come out, and as long as you know they're okay.
I want to
Please,
do a
people have to be more
show.
accommodating. I'm sorry.
I want to do a show starring one of my favorite people. We go to this one supermarket type, and there's a woman, bless her heart. She is. They call her. I love this. Somebody says, you know, she's high functioning autistic, and I'm thinking, she's high functioning. What does that mean? High functioning? I mean high functioning
There's
relative.
bells.
Do you hear? Good evening. That was it. Do I believe Manson had nothing to do with those? Excuse me. Manson had nothing to do with that. Nothing.
Especially with the bug.
Lee Harvey Oswald had nothing to do with JFK. Nothing. Nothing. He was MK Ultra. With his probation officer. We went through all that stuff. But anyway, so there's this woman. She'll stand outside and she'll say, "How are you?" This is her.
means well.
I know she means well. That's why I like her. So she says, "Aisle number 4 is open." She goes out and basically, and people say, "No, it's okay. I like the checkout." "No, we're open." "I know you're open. I know you're open, but I prefer this." So one
You
time,
prefer the self-checkout.
well, people away from her because she kind of scares people because she's very.
I want to give her a job to do. What did we hear about her one time?
Well, we saw her one time. She's very, very good. She, no matter the snow.
She comes in snowstorms.
No
she
matter
takes
what.
a bus.
Oh,
she
no, I
she
would-
doesn't ever miss a day at work. She's not calling in sick.
How are you? But I appreciate that. But one time, I thought I would be a sport. We had this bottled water in the bottom of the carriage or the buggy, whatever you want to call it. So I thought I would pick it up and put it on the conveyor to help.
She did have a.
She
You know why I think
got
she did?
empeñado. She said, she basically said, I got a gun. Now, listen to this. She said, I've got a gun. Now, meaning she's got that, that gun you use that reads the UPC thing. But she's yelling, this high-functioning autist, she's yelling, I've got a gun. I'm thinking, you know, I'd phrase that differently. One of those e-bikes.
E-bikes. Those things go 40 miles an hour, 45 miles.
High-functioning.
Oh, they're taking family photos. I was wondering, they're all in they're all in this big family over there. They're all in colors of blue.
That's
Listen.
weird.
No, but they're going to
That's very
Oh, the kid's
cultish.
running away, look.
That's very
Look,
good.
the father's
Yeah.
running after really.
Kid is hauling
No,
ass.
look.
Father's saying, God damn it,
You know,
get back
he better
here.
Look, he won't stop. I was going to the bank.
Something's wrong with that kid. That kid is like looking for freedom. Look at this guy. That's determined. Wilford Brimley.
Good for these people.
He looks
They're
like
out
he looks
No,
like
they're out like having
Absolutely,
freedom, getting
and they're not
air,
complaining.
exercising. We're forgetting about the Monday to Fridays. Everybody's out. No,
how are you?
but look at they're getting.
I've
there's
got a
profe-
gun.
Listen, she
That was-
takes buses and shows up.
That
once in
was
a
funny.
storm. She's dependable.
You know what's happening? Woman on level 4 wearing this thing that I find humor in this.
They're gonna take some photos.
LaCroix. This is beauteous.
Mm-hmm. Here comes the kids. I never sit like this. I don't think I can
No.
get up. I don't think I can get up.
Don't talk about that. It's not because we're stiff.
No, it's not that. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying
You two
it.
have a gift. You're going to get a gift.
I got a gift. I'm
She's
enjoying.
my best friend.
You're my best friend. I don't need
Seriously.
anybody else. I don't want anybody else. No, but
We can do the most mundane stuff
I think we're doing it right now.
and just.
With people watching.
We also have, and we think the same thing at the
We
same
did that today.
time. I got to tell you this story. The other day, we will fixate. They say it's because I'm Virgo. I don't know. I'm actually feces. But I will fixate over something. So I told you I got this jury summons that I got jury duty. I can't find it. I couldn't find it. She says, well, it was right here. Now I can get it. I believe me, I got connected. I'll get another one. But I said, where's your jury summons? I don't know. Well, did you throw it away? I said, how would I know if I threw it away? I don't remember throwing it away. We're looking through garbage. We're like doing like forensic. Because it's driving us crazy. I swear to you, a ghost, something
It was right
picked
there.
it up.
It was right in that spot.
I'm not throwing this thing away. I've got it right there. It's orange. So anyway, it's driving me nuts. And you know, sure as hell, it's going to be there.
Well, after the fact.
Do you believe in you? I mean, there's a certain amount of ghosts. There's certain type of poltergeists that are
Why
mischievous.
would they take the jury duty?
Because I don't know. Because they know. How are you? They just know. I don't know.
It's got to be there because I never put the garbage out from the time, you know what I mean? And I went through all the garbage, and I've looked all over.
It's driving me. But anyway, but both of us here we are sifting through garbage. Like, it's a jury. It doesn't matter. But it's the principle. Maybe because we're old
Listen,
and becoming fastidious, and we're becoming we're losing
Well, speak
control.
for yourself about being old.
Speaking of
I'm
which-
young and spirit- I want to ask you something.
You know what my goal is to be? Listen to me. I want to spend my last years being one of those product testers or people wearing a hairnet at a Costco. They hand out like yogurt balls, probiotic, and they just sit there with this little and these things up, scooping out, and they're always trying to sell this stuff. And some people just don't
I feel
have.
bad for them. They're out
Some
trying to make
people
a buck.
don't have any. They're making no
I can
sales
see
at all.
you with the net on your head.
Oh yeah.
Like talking to people.
Oh,
asking
absolutely.
them questions. People would love it. People
Did
would
you
love
ever
it.
have one of these ladies who?
Lunch lady?
No. Yeah, let me finish the
I have nuns.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about at a store. they would have these ladies like Jimmy Dean sausage. And Jimmy Dean came out, and they set up this little card table with this like a little tablecloth. They have a frying pan, portable, and they have these little pieces of Jimmy Dean sausage. This is fantastic. People are buying it left and right. And do you ever read the story about? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nothing. I just never took strange food. They had little toothpicks in it. She'd be preparing it, putting it on a tray. I never took strange food.
Did you ever hear the story about this guy who said, "I want a job"? And he said, "What? I want a job." He says, "You want a job?" He said, I don't know. I can do it. He says, "Well, we have a sales job, but I just don't think you'd be very good at it." He said, "I want a job." He says, "Okay, here, I'll tell you what. Here's a case of, actually it's a pallet, 300 toothbrushes. If you can sell those, we'll give you a job. I'll make you a manager. I can't sell these things here. I'll sell them." Okay. So anyway, next day, the guy comes back. He says, "Here's the money." He says, "For what?" He goes, "For the toothbrushes." He said, "You sold them? All of them? All of them? A pallet? How did you do it?" He says, "Well, I set up a card table, and I said, some dip and some chips. Free dips and chip. People come up, take a scoop of this, eat the dip, and somebody would say, 'It tastes like shit.' I said, 'It is. Want to buy a toothbrush?'"
Ew. That's like one of those bad Catskills type of things.
See, she does,
No, I get it. I'm laughing on the inside. You know.
I know.
But it is very sad because frequently I pass that Friars Club on 55th, and it's just a big ghost.
How did you
that
go from a guy selling shit, dip, and chips?
Because it reminded me of some of those old comics like you used to know.
And the rock.
And
Get your motor right.
which was
You know what? She was pretty good. There's a woman walking by. She's got one of those walkers, and it says Nitro Sprint. Bless her
she's
heart.
all dressed up. No, because
Isn't it funny how design? You know what I'm talking about? Those wheels.
great those things. They have little seats
Fantastic.
sometimes. People can sit on them when they get tired.
Yeah, but why didn't they think of this before?
I was thinking of that bad story you just told. The Friars Club. What a beautiful building, a piece of real estate on 55th Street. Just chained, front door chained.
I'm going to talk about the
dirty
design.
looking.
How long did it take people? Remember a while back they had these this walker,
more cars.
but they had these cars everywhere. Tennis balls underneath the legs of this. I thought that was pretty kind of stupid. Anyway, but it was the tennis ball look or whatever. Then the idea was you can push this and you can hit the brakes and sit down, or maybe store some stuff inside. I think that's the smartest thing. It took what, 300 years for somebody to figure that one out? It's just like wheels on a
I was
luggage.
going to say wheels on a suitcase. It was just
Why didn't they think of this? How long
that
did
man died only a few years ago. He was from Scarsdale.
No, you're talking about the windshield wipers.
No, I'm talking about the man who had the patent
Intermittent
on
windshield
the
wiper.
wheels. No, the wheels on the suitcase.
No, you're talking about the guy who had the intermittent.
No, I'm not. I'm talking
Windshield
about the man with the wheels on the suitcase.
I don't know if anybody invented. Well, maybe.
Yes, somebody had a patent on it. Yes, it was from Scarsdale.
Check this out. Somebody
will be.
tells me
When we go home, I'll be checking it out.
maybe.
He died about 5 years ago. He was like 90. He was from Scarsdale.
You keep saying Scarsdale.
Because I'm just
like Scarsdale makes a
no,
difference.
because I remember the whole story, thinking, "Wow, he must have made a lot of money from having the patent on wheels on a suitcase."
Scarsdale.
Scarsdale diet doctor. Remember that right now?
Herman Tarnauer, shot by his girlfriend, his wife. No, what was her name? She went to prison.
I see her face.
Yes.
It was all over the front
He
of the
was
New York
Herman
Post.
Tarnauer.
She had the blonde
Her
hair.
name was. What was her name? What was the woman's
I
name
could
who
look
killed
her up on
Tarnauer?
my phone.
I know, but I can't because I'm doing this.
No, I can look her up on my
Remember the Stillman diet? Yeah, look her up. Virginia?
Oh,
No.
my arm was comfy like that. Oh,
Virginia. What was her name?
She went to prison.
Oh, she did. He was pushing up daisies. Happy Mother's Day to all. Look at this.
Happy Mother's Day.
Stepmoms and all that fill in this bit. Absolutely.
That's it. There's all different kinds of moms. I'm all
And
for it.
adopted.
And we all need to be moms to like
Yes.
everybody. We all need to help each other. And let me look this up here. I don't have my specs on.
hit Microphone. What was the name of the woman that was killed by, or that killed Herman Tarnauer from the Scarsdale diet? Hit go.
Jean Harris, that's it.
Jean Harris.
How could we forget? How could we forget?
Jean Harris. Read that, honey. The woman who killed Herman Tarnauer, author of the Scarsdale diet, was Jean Harris.
Former headmistress.
Headmistress,
of
yes.
the Dearest School for Girls. Remember that?
Yeah, she
Harris
alive?
was convicted of second-degree murder for shooting. Hey, I'm trying to read it.
I'm sorry. Let's go show more.
Jealous.
That's her. Let's go to
her.
Wikipedia. She died in 2012.
Okay. Should let her know.
How much? This nice woman. She's a. Okay, the guy's a flim flammer, but you know.
Cheated on him.
Right.
She went crazy.
Want to take a walk around the place?
Let's go. I gotta move because
Because you're getting stiff.
No, because I am so comfortable and I never sit like this. And
This is
relax
beautiful. The
relax
smell of
brain,
grass. Come on,
right?
let's go. Let's walk.
Take a walk.
You want to walk with us? Come on. I'll walk around with this damn foot like a
Look
stick.
at the dandelions. Oh, look, here's a little pine cone. You know, I like, look at this little pine cone. I love pine cones, you know that.
She loves pine.
I do, I love pine cones.
It's the little things that make her happy.
I do, I have like a little basket.
Little pine cone.
I have a little, and it reminds me as we go for a walk.
I'm
there's no little
stiff.
pine cone. Stop it. There's a porta potty.
You know,
I
I may hit that baby before. We may be ending this one. You know, when you get to a certain age, I'm just saying.
look at this. I don't like this.
Yeah. This
Overflowing
is not
water.
good.
That's
No.
No, not
Not good.
Not here.
Not good.
That's not good.
There's no excuse for that.
No excuse.
Porta potties are good too, especially when they bake in the sun with the chemicals and they haven't been
Ooh, it
cleaned.
smells
Yeah, smell the fun. The smell of victory.
Oh, I was so happy over there. It smelled like fresh grass.
It smells like fresh.
I know, it smells
Like
like
fresh
porta potty.
ass.
Look at that person.
Oh my God. What is this? I love.
No, don't. Don't.
That looks like he's dead.
Yeah, it does.
Looks like he fell
not
and
really
he's
dead.
unconscious.
Let's keep going.
What if he's not okay?
Ooh, gotta look at that.
Ooh, that's ammonia. You can smell the uric acid.
Gotta get away from that. I'm so happy in that.
See the fellow who's reading with his magnifying glass. That's good. Here's something good for you. Listen to this. A late friend of ours did something which makes a lot of sense. She used to wear, you know those, in the old days when you would go to the dentist's office, they had these little clips. You put them around your neck with the beaded, like little.
The dentist has them to hold your little paper bib on.
So she puts her.
For the lobsters.
Yes, but she puts a regular napkin around it. I thought that was brilliant. Totally brilliant. Look at that little dog.
Oh,
That's some serious training going on. Is everybody having fun? Are you enjoying this? Are we still on? I want to make sure.
how many
The
people?
other day I
are
was
watching this?
292.
Really?
That is serious. Imagine this. What are you doing? We're watching these two people walk. Why? I don't know.
Such a beautiful. The weather.
Oh, look at this. Huh?
Oh, bells.
There's the bells again. Oh, it's 4 o'clock.
Oh, they should go 4 now. Should go.
Think.
Well, I don't know their system here. You know what I mean? I don't know their bell system.
There's Nitro Sprint over here, honey. She's winded.
Good for her. She's all dolled up.
She is. Bless her heart. She's probably
What
waiting
are
on
you
a
down
drug
for?
deal. Happy Mother's Day. Bless her. She's got little roses.
How do you know she's
I
a
don't
Because that could be a sensitive subject.
You know what? You're right.
You
That was
can't
very
just-
rude.
Yeah, you can't just say
I've
that.
walked up to a man. Am I wrong?
No, but you can't just say
Am
that.
I wrong for saying that? She's sitting there in her Nitro Sport.
Okay, she's
got her-
all alone.
She's all alone. She's got flowers.
Because
Was I
maybe she
wrong?
went to church. Churches could have flowers.
If I'm wrong, vote yes. If I'm right,
You can't
vote
just
no.
say that to women because it could be sensitive.
Was I wrong? Here I am trying to be a nice guy.
I know, but
And I'm being chided. I'm being abraded.
yes, husband.
I'm being excoriated. I'm being execrated.
Husband, you
Look at this.
family fun. Look at them. How cute is that?
What is that?
I love it. I don't know, but they're playing with the kids. I love it. Look at family time. Look at these families. I love this so
They have
much.
this little gas-powered rocket that you step on, and judging by the girth of Mom, she could put some horsepower behind that one.
That's not nice. It's
Look
got
at
a
this.
bunch of babies.
It sure is good. Yeah, looks like surgery. See, you've got to imagine what we're seeing.
That was bad. Whole faces.
Yes, basically
Bandage
bad.
all up.
Not good. Not good at
Looks
all.
like he had, like,
Yes,
could have a tumor or something.
could be.
I feel that breeze. And I feel
Oh,
great.
summer breeze is right.
Little one getting away over there. Where's this little one? There we go.
All kids want to do is run.
That's why you have to bring them outside, run.
And then you get
roll.
older, and then you say, forget this.
Oh, this feels so
Where am I running to? What's the point? In any event, I think we've had a lot of fun. I think we should put an end to this. You probably, listen, we want to
tortured
thank you.
these people enough.
I think so.
We've tortured
We want to thank you for all of your love and your kindness as we perambulate, locomote, peregrinate about. We really want everybody to have a mother's and even if you're not a mother, you know. See, now you got me wondering.
No,
like,
it's a Sunday.
Should I say something?
No, it's a Sunday. I want everybody to have a little relaxation. It's 4 o'clock already. I want everybody just to forget about everything for a little bit, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, and just go out in the air or just put everything down.
Yes, the white shade, the white ranger.
She's trying to get the location. I think it's a drug deal. What do you think? She's trying to. She's got her pusher. It's going
I
to
think
show.
she likes the bush with the flowers. And
So she's on the phone describing leaves. This is demented.
sniffing them.
I don't have a bucket list. This is called a shoot me list. If you ever see me in a park describing leaves, do me a favor. For all of
It's
us.
a beautiful kind of little tree bush. It's a beautiful day. Everybody needs to, at least here
In the
New York,
neighborhood.
everybody needs to get out and relax. Everybody's minds
What is
have
that
to
tree? A
relax.
weeping willow?
That's a
What-
weeping willow. I love those. I love those.
Willow, will you weep for me? Do, 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 do. That's Dang Me. Roger Miller. In any event, we love you.
I love you. Love all
Happy-
everybody for listening. Watching us,
happy-
listening to us.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day,
Have
everybody.
a great and glorious day. Ta-ta. Oh, and the monkey's dead and the show's over. I'd sue you. Try it again this way. We try it again this way.